The country has been in turmoil since the army removed elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi from power. Hundreds of thousands of people are demanding a return to democracy. The UN has condemned the crackdown.
According to the UN Human Rights Office, to date, at least 138 peaceful protesters, including women and children, have been killed in the violence since February 1st. The Secretary General strongly condemns this ongoing violence against peaceful protesters and the continuing violation of the most basic human rights of the people of Myanmar. The Secretary General renews his call on the international community, including regional actors, to come together in solidarity with the people of Myanmar.
Well, let's bring in journalist Andrew Nachemson in Yangon. Andrew, the UN, as we heard, calling for solidarity with the people of Myanmar. Is that good enough for the people on the streets?
No, to put it simply, it's not good enough. The people have been expecting a lot more support from the international community. I think they've been pretty disappointed by the response. And there's been some really clear things that countries can do, as outlined by the UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights for Myanmar, which includes imposing targeted sanctions on military conglomerates and helping to build a more coordinated global arms embargo to prevent the military from getting weapons.
Andrew, families are burying their loved ones today who were killed in Sunday's clashes. In light of the rising death toll, do the Burmese people still think it's worth the risk taking to the streets?
It's a tough question to answer. I mean, we're definitely still seeing some people turning out. There's a protest going on in Mandalay right now, which has been one of the most hardcore protest sites. But we also have seen over recent weeks the protests starting to get a bit smaller, which is understandable. At the same time, I think a lot of people are more focused on the civil disobedience movement, the mass strikes and the civil servants refusing to work for the junta. I think a lot of people feel like that's really the most important battleground, and the protests are kind of supplemental.
Amid all of this, deposed leader Aung San Suu Kyi was due to appear in court on Monday, but that hearing has been cancelled. Are there any updates on her trial and indeed her condition?
We haven't heard anything directly about her. Her attorney actually said that he still hasn't been granted power of attorney by the courts, which is obviously problematic. And he hasn't been allowed to meet with her in person. He's only been allowed to meet with her over video link. And those video links weren't working yesterday. And that also poses an additional problem in that basically any of his meetings with Aung San Suu Kyi are going to be, supervised by military regime representatives who are going to be, watching and listening to that video call.
Andrew Nachemson in Yangon, thanks so much.
Thank you.